Hello, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working off of a mood board challenge that was over at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. Actually, it was at the public site, so it was Redefined Creative, and the Secret Not Secret Kit Club on their Facebook page. And so I started out by going through my scrap bin and pulling out some things that were in colors that I thought matched that mood board. So this is pictures of my husband and myself on um, a boat in Kauai, and then that's me on the right hand side in a helicopter because we did a helicopter of Kauai. And so I am documenting some of these photos from our vacation last October. That was our 25th wedding anniversary. And so I'm trying to document something adventuresome, and I believe there was a prompt that went along with this in another challenge group, and I don't remember quite what it was because it was last month, and I've done a lot of layouts since then, since I did layout a day in February. So my apologies for not remembering that. So this little 6x6 piece of paper came in one of my kits from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club early on, and I love this piece of paper. And yes, I do know that the right hand side is the opposite of the left hand side, and that's because I was too lazy to cut off the top branding strip. But oh well, it's in there now, and I'm not worried about it. So the other papers, the background paper is from Chasing Adventure, and that's a Jen Hadfield collection, and same with the floral. And then all of these other pieces are from varying different collections and time periods through my scrapping history, because they're just out of my scrap bin. So I couldn't tell you exactly where they're from or anything like that. And I am having to stretch some of them, and that's okay. And that red piece was already torn like that, and I just went ahead and left it like that. I like the way it looks, and I don't frequently tear my papers on my layout intentionally. But when it's already torn like that, and I was like, oh, hey, I like how that looks, I'm just going to leave it. I did, however, use a little bit of the black distress ink around the edges of a lot of these because they are kind of bright, bold patterns, and a lot of them are, you know, these bright, different like colors. So I wanted something to unify it besides that floral piece. So the black kind of tones everything down, and it gives everything kind of a unifying factor to it. Now this yellow piece, I'm just going to use a little strip of it, and I like how it kind of just brightens up everything and brings in the yellow flowers from that background floral piece. The writing on that background piece, it's just a text writing, and it is all adventure related. So it's like hashtag relax, collect memories, life is short, live it, don't worry, be happy. It's good to be lost. When was the last time you did? And then it's covered up, so I can't tell you what it says. When was the last time you did what? I must go, just breathe, wanderlust. And then the bottom of the page, and I apologize that it's cut off at the moment, but the branding strip on it are little geotags in red, green, and yellow, and that matches the layout as well. So I left the bottom branding strip, and I cut off the top of the paper just enough to bring it back down to a 12 by 12 size and leaving that branding strip alone. So in this, I am, like I said, I am documenting our adventure, and there was a prompt with this. The prompt was whether you are kind of introverted or extroverted. Are you kind of like go on adventure and you're always up for something new, or are you somebody who would rather stay home? And I kind of vacillate between the two. I am more of an introvert, but I do like to get out and go do things. But once I've had some time out to go do stuff, I really do need the time kind of back at home or back at a quiet spot to relax and recharge. So that is what my journaling is about. And the title of this is going to be Epic Adventure, and I'm using the thickers that you see on the right hand side in the black. That top word adventure is what I'm going to be using. And then I'm adding a couple of little banner pieces here in the light blue color. And again, I'm bringing in all kinds of different colors from that floral, and I like the way it looks. I did use the green, there was a green leaf pattern paper, and I matted my photos with that. First they're matted in white, and then they're matted with that green, and then I used some more of the black distress ink. And then I'm going to start working on my title. And like I said, it's going to say Epic Adventure, and actually it says Epic Adventure Calls. And then I have a little yellow chipboard piece that says Epic, and I have a blue chipboard piece that says Discover. And so I needed to use some tiny letter stickers that says Calls. And I don't know if you've seen these or not, but these are from Paper Tray Ink, and it allows you to stamp. That started out as a white piece of paper, and then I inked up this stamp that has all of the letters on it, and it leaves the letters blank, but it puts the color of the yellow color on there, or whatever color of ink that you're going to use, and it stamps it, and then you have the whole alphabet plus some additional letters, so you have like multiples of E and I don't know, some of your other letters that are more frequently used. And then there is a die that you put over it and you cut it, and it leaves it in this strip that you see on the right hand side there, so that there's a strip down the center with all of the little letters kind of hanging off of it, and they're perforated, so you can just pull them off of that strip and use them as you need them. And I had been eyeballing these for about, I don't know, 3-4 years, and I kind of forgot about them. And then I finally did order them, and so I really like how they look. They're about half of the size, maybe a little bit more than half of the size of the little tiny square letter stickers or rectangle letter stickers that you get from like American Crafts or any of those companies. And so they are small, but they come with multiple fonts. Actually, there's 3 different packs with 3 different fonts, I think, in each pack. And I really like them. Some of them do not stamp the actual color with the white letter. Some of them actually, you can, you're stamping the letter onto a piece of paper. So like say you have a pink piece of paper, you stamp the black letter or gray letter or whatever color of ink you're going to use onto that, and then you use the die and it cuts it out the same. But I really like the option of being able to use whatever ink I want to stamp them to match anything else that I've inked on the page. And that yellow is a yellow from Catherine Pooler, and works really well. I love it. And so that's what I decided to use. So I went through my little box of yellow and red and blue embellishments and pulled out a bunch of different little things. And I did that off camera because sometimes that takes me a little while. Sometimes I get interrupted, I get sidetracked. So I pulled out some things and set them on my desk to use. And I am starting to go ahead and put things down as I like. So that bottom red piece says Be Amazing, and then this yellow chipboard piece says Just Say Yes, and then the blue one below it says Delighted. And I really like how that looks, and I knew I was going to have to pull that yellow and blue chipboard pieces to the upper embellishment area and to the little area by my title. So the ones up at the top are going to say Crazy Good in yellow and Serendipity in blue, and then I've put some labels up at the top there, and I'm going to just write Kauai, Hawaii, and then October 2019 on them, so that it kind of just gives you the location. And then over in the title area, the blue one says Discover, and then I'm going to put a little yellow one above those heart sunglasses, and it says Epic. And that's pretty much going to take us to the end of the layout. I do add some little tiny red epoxy hearts to the areas, to each of those embellishment areas. And I found a red chipboard heart that I'm going to add to the bottom area as well. and then that's pretty much going to take care of it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, I'd love it if you'd give me a thumbs up and comment if you would like. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and if you are, thanks so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. Here I'm going through my little red bin. I didn't realize I left this in, but I'm looking for those little red epoxy hearts, and so you get to see all the little things that are in my red bin. And basically I put stuff in those bins as I use my collections up and decide that I'm pretty much done with most of it. I will cut it up and put it into there. Here's the close-ups. Thanks again for watching.